Back to the phone lines. We'll talk next to Eric, listening in Cleveland, Ohio. Hi, Eric.
I've been raised a conservative Christian theology background, and as I grew up and got to other faith, I came to question why some denominations prohibit alcoholic beverages when it's so clear from Scripture that not only did they partake in alcoholic beverages, but it was part of their traditions. What is your position on that, and do you have some biblical things to support that?
Yeah, I think the point you're making in the prologue to the question is absolutely on point and on target. It is correct. The Bible makes clear that we should not drink too much wine, and in the same context tells us that we shouldn't be gluttons. So the point is we have to be a steward of the physical temple that God has given to us, the body. We also have to be a steward of the metaphysical faculties that God has given to us. So we do not want to be in an altered state of consciousness. We don't want to be drunk, and nor do we want to be gluttons that abuse the body by overeating. And you can look at passages that actually do this in one statement. Solomon does this, for example, in Proverbs chapter 23, where he says, "Listen, my son, be wise, set your heart on the right path. Do not join those who drink too much wine or gorge themselves on meat, for drunkards and gluttons become poor in drowsiness. Clothes them in rags." So that's a warning by the wisest man who ever lived against the abuse of your body and the abuse of your mind. He also says in Proverbs chapter 20, "Wine is a mocker, beer a brawler. Whoever is led astray by them is simply not wise." Ephesians does the same thing in the New Testament. Paul is writing there to the Ephesians, and he says, "Be careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Therefore do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. Do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead be filled with the Spirit." So again, Paul is picking up the same theme, which is echoed then from the Old Testament. So wine can be a blessing, but it can also be misused, leading to drunkenness or worse, and it can become a stumbling block to somebody else. So I think we need to be very judicious and prudent as representatives of Christ, but the Bible does not prohibit the drinking of wine. What it prohibits is drunkenness.